Hello magical sparks, welcome back to my channel. It's Sparkle here, and today we're going to be making a fun little drawing that actually managed to get me out of my art block. So let's see how it goes. Hi, hello, how are you doing? Feel free to grab your sketchbook and draw along with me today because this video is going to be a really simple, relaxing, and just a fun little drawing session type of video. So of course, feel free to draw along. And with that, let's begin drawing. So in specific, I'm going to be drawing the character Applewhite from the show Ever After High. And if you haven't seen that show, it's honestly so cool to see the characters' outfits in each episode because the designs are just insanely amazing, and I've always wanted to draw one of the characters, like to make a full illustration by spending lots of time and adding lots of details, and I guess today is the day for that. And to be specific, the other day my sister and I were rewatching the Way to Wonderland episodes, and I really loved all the characters' outfits in that specific season, I believe. So today we're going to be drawing Applewhite in the outfit that she wears during the Way to Wonderland episodes. So with this drawing, I'm going to try to draw the character in my style. The only problem was that I couldn't really find a clear reference image to kind of help me out with the design and the outfit and the accessories. So I did try my best to make it look as much like the character as I could, but there are some details that don't exactly match perfectly. But of course, we can just go ahead and pretend like they don't exist. Of course, all you just have to do is pretend that everything's perfect and use your imagination. Anyways, jokes aside, this drawing was definitely lots of fun to work on because I actually tried to kind of change up my process this time, because while I do love the process of sketching, doing the outlining and coloring, then adding highlights, it is getting a bit repetitive, and that's why today I tried to kind of do it a bit differently and also to kind of make this a mixed media illustration, which you will see very soon. But until then, let's enjoy the sketching phase. Okay, when it came to this drawing, if you asked me to pick my favorite part of the drawing to draw and to color, I honestly cannot choose because every part of it was so much fun. Just like drawing the hair, drawing the accessories, drawing the outfit, everything was just like equally fun and so enjoyable. As you can see, I'm also taking things very slow because I'm trying to enjoy every bit of this process. I also found it super duper interesting to kind of study the way that they've designed the outfit of this character. Like, there are so many unique shapes and designs and colors and features that I never would have even thought to add in my art. Like, for example, the part of the dress near the neck, and just the way that they've kind of drawn the hair in like really swirly, flowy shapes. I think that just looks so creative and so beautiful, and in a way I was able to kind of draw, have fun, and also learn at the same time, which I think is a win-win and a win. Also, I'm just curious how many people are actually drawing as they're watching this video. So if you are actually drawing right now as you are watching this video, feel free to comment down below what you are drawing because it would be so fun to know. Also, if you're someone who's watched this series before, who is your favorite character? Because honestly, I could not decide which character to draw. Like, they all have such cool outfits and character designs, and I just couldn't pick one character. But the main reason that I decided to draw Applewhite specifically was because I really wanted to kind of use the color red, or at least a pinkish red color, to kind of do some coloring, because I haven't used that color a lot in my art, or at least I feel that way. So I thought this would be the perfect chance for that. Also, I think I mentioned this a couple of years ago, but I love coloring with like a red marker because it looks so satisfying as you color, and even just after you color, there's just something about it that makes it look so smooth and so perfect. And I just noticed this, but coincidentally I'm wearing a red t-shirt. How perfect is that? But I think my biggest regret for this entire drawing is that I couldn't manage to fit her entire dress on this one page, which is kind of disappointing because the way the dress flows at the bottom looks so pretty and so elegant. However, on the bright side, I could successfully manage to fit in the entire bow, and that's really good because, as you will see by the end, the bow really does manage to kind of tie the entire drawing and the entire color palette together. Anyways, with our sketch done, it is now time for the line art, but there's a little bit of a twist this time. Instead of going in with a nice dark line art pen, I'm going to instead be using this light blue Muji pen instead. The reason why is because I want the line art to be visible to me so that I make sure I'm coloring in the right places. But at the same time, I don't want this to be my final line art. On top of this, I'm going to add some more details with my ballpoint pen and acrylic markers and pencils at the very end. And if you're wondering why I'm going to do that and why I should put in the extra effort for that, honestly, I have no answer. I just kind of wanted to try something different and kind of make sure that I don't get bored, which I think is amazing. Like, no one is going to kind of restrict our process and say that we have to make art this way, and in that order, because the truth is you can make art however you want. Quite literally, you can do whatever you want, and nothing matters more than how you feel at the end of the day. And if you could express yourself and feel any type of emotion you wanted to. For example, with me today, that was to feel happiness by drawing something different. And I think it's fair to say that mission has very much been accomplished. But just in general, this pen was such a pleasure to work with. It was honestly super smooth, and it was like really nice and fine at the tip, and honestly it was just perfect. I love doing my line art with this pen. Okay, this is super random, but in the past I've used lots of different colors to do line art, but I can't remember having used green to do line art. So I'm kind of curious, like, how would that look having green line art? Kind of want to try it out now. Anyways, it is now time to start coloring, and every time I'm coloring the skin in this sketchbook, I always get so stressed because sometimes it turns out patchy, and when it does, I have to like use my acrylic markers to go on top of my coloring, and I have to redo the line art. And that's why every time I start with the skin to make sure it's like okay. And then when I'm satisfied, I move on to do the rest. So today I had my fingers crossed that it would all go smoothly, and thank goodness it all went smoothly. Because this paper isn't as thick as I would prefer, I find that doing certain things does help me to kind of make sure that my coloring doesn't come out too patchy. That includes making sure that I kind of just work really quickly and not take too much time with the coloring, and also to just work with less layers. I find that that helps as well. But I guess sometimes you just kind of have to adapt your style to the sketchbook or the surface that you're working on. It might be a bit of a challenge, but honestly, what challenge do you not have the power to overcome? You can do anything. Oh, and also because I know a lot of you guys seem to like listening to marker sounds in my videos, I've decided to include some marker sounds for you. So I hope you like them. Back to what I was saying before, doesn't this red color look so pretty? Absolutely perfect. Now I have a question for you. Have you ever thought of using a color palette consisting of like a cherry red, a pastel pink, and a pastel blue? Now if I'm being totally and completely honest, I probably would not have thought of combining these colors in one drawing because I mean, how would it even work? But I did for this drawing, and honestly, it's such a beautiful color palette, and I feel like this is kind of just a reminder for me to try to use different color palettes because honestly, there are so many beautiful color palettes out there, many of which I haven't actually tried yet. You know what this kind of feels like? It's like when you learn about the galaxy and you realize that you're just like a tiny, teeny little speck of dust in this entire galaxy. Kind of feels like that. It feels like I've only tried a couple of color palettes so far in my life, and I feel like I have so many unique color palettes that I still want to try. Okay, that comparison might have been a bit too much, but you get the general idea, right? I feel like there are just so many cool color palettes out there that I still haven't tried, and I'm so excited to try them out at some point in the future. When? I don't know. How? I don't know. But we'll figure that out. Okay, until then, on the bright side, at least this drawing is coming together well. Alright guys, now it's time to turn this marker drawing into a mixed media illustration. So let's get to it. Once I finished up shading the hair with my markers and coloring the crown and other accessories, I then went ahead and grabbed 3 sets of art supplies. The first being acrylic paint pens, the second being colored pencils, and the third being ballpoint pens of a variety of colors. Now I'm going to use these all together to add some texture and detail to this drawing, and also just to add some things that were previously missing, like Applewhite's pink and blue highlights on her hair. I'm also going to add this little design at the bottom of her dress. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but it looks pretty cool and we're going to add it in. But this addition is such a perfect way to kind of distribute the balance between all the colors throughout Applewhite's design. Honestly, I love the designs. They're so perfect. Also, if you've managed to watch this far without skipping or fast forwarding, thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. And if you'd like to let me know you made it this far, feel free to comment this emoji down below. Thank you so much once again. Now for me, the entire process of working on this drawing was super duper fun and super satisfying, but if I'm being completely honest, this final stage was the most rewarding part because it was when I got to watch all my hard work finally come together and this drawing finally come to an end and turn out the way it is. And here's how it looks. I'm really proud with how it turned out and I hope you guys like it as well. Anyways, that's it for today. I hope you guys liked this video and like how the drawing turned out. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Stay awesome as always, and I will see you guys in the very next video. Until then, bye!